this show.
Yeah. I fucking love talking about shit like this because over the years, have you noticed I've definitely changed my attitude on the banks, the banking system, the government, and things like that. I think I'm a little more in Bill's camp than I used to be.
Yeah, and I came more Jim Norton's way, where I realized that, everyone's just sort of a selfish piece of shit.
Selfish piece of shit.
It actually, that helped.
Yeah,
rather than thinking that they were these shapeshifters.
Well, you know what tells you? What tells you? Look at the fucking head of the International Monetary Fund.
Yeah.
Some fucking African immigrant who probably has AIDS because you live in HIV housing. He fucks her mouth and everything's over. Like, that's how fucking fast, or fucking, and we've raised this example before, but in Watergate, this fucking bullshit fucking rent-a-cop sees a break-in, and the presidency is ended.
The government
there's
is
a weird checks and balances here that a lot of societies don't have.
But the thing is you never get to those guys.
The big guys.
The guys behind the guys. The guys every time you go down to Washington, it's always creepy because the person taking you like the morning radio, and you go, wow, look at the Capitol, look at the White House, and then they drive just by some building. You go, those are the people who fucking run everything. Those are the guys.
That's the building?
Yeah, those are all the lobbyists. Then you try to figure out who the fucking lobbyists work for, but it's all
That's
like
the most powerful building, but no one gets their picture in front of it.
Yeah, that whole theory of the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
What do you want, this guy or this
It's
guy?
the same choice, basically. That's where I'm at with that shit.
Yeah, I don't see the difference between
I don't see
Democrats
a big
and Republicans.
difference.
There's no single person that is responsible for anything. Like it's a consortium, an organization of this. So if you're like, who made that up? It's like, well, this was voted on by a consortium.
That's the thing. They let you vote for president, but then like major shit that you really want to vote about, like they handled that.
Yeah, we'll take care of that.
We'll take care of that. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. We got your best interest in hand.
Yeah. Didn't fucking Leon Panetta, though, or is that his name, the CIA?
Yeah.
Those guys got fucking dragged out through the mud in front of Congress.
Once again, those guys are not.
They're the front men.
Yeah, those.
They're your front
men. But you can't be more of a decision maker than the head of the CIA. I mean, him, NSA. I mean, those guys are.
That's the way the Kennedys thought. You can't get any higher than the presidency. Let's try to shut down that mob.
Kablam! Yes, we'll take out through the kitchen.
Yeah, that was a job removal. That was basically what happened there.
Job removal.
Jesus.
Collect your things, getting this convertible.
Yeah, go ahead.
The French guy, going back to Jimmy's thing, he was told to fucking resign, man. The guys above him said, you're resigning today.
Yeah, they're not going to let you get into a high level of power unless you're on the right team.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, that even happens at the lower levels where, like, unions would be like, who the fuck is this guy? Everybody get out there and vote. Like, you just don't want... You got to know the guy that's going in there is going to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Please don't ask any follow-up questions.
No.
I almost ran out of steam on that. The guys with the unions and...
We're packing up.
Bill Burr, Caroline's, everybody.
Yes, Bill Burr.
Only one show left. Sunday night, 10:30 show. A few tickets available. 212-757-4100. Jimmy.
Hilarious.
You good?
Two announcements. My interview with Aziz Ansari airs tomorrow on Raw Dog, and I think 6 p.m. Eastern. And there's a Jim Norton weekend on the Boneyard. They're replaying a bunch of my shows starting tomorrow, also 6 p.m. on the Boneyard here.
Hey, what are you doing June 15th?
I'll be in Chicago, sitting between Jim Brewer and Bill Burr, giving them each a hand release while Dave Attell services my meaty cock.
At the Chicago Theater.
Yes.
Great.
Also, my latest video of Jim Norton jerking off a fucking burrito is up for your viewing pleasure.
Very childish.
Oh, what is it?
A selfie wrap.
I like calling it a burrito.
No!
It's very disturbing to see what Jimmy looks like jerking off, but we capture that moment for you.
I enjoyed that video more than I thought I would.
Everybody behave yourself. Roland is here.
Yeah, watch out.
His eyes are still evil.
Yeah, Roland, you're looking very handsome today.
Are you,
have no
Are you turning
problems
back
with
to happy-go-lucky, Roland, or are you still like, I'm going to kill someone, Roland?
He really is a sycophant, huh? You got the Springsteen stuff on every day. I really would not. I wouldn't mess with you on any level.
Yeah, he's crazy.
And I want to talk about
I'm happy.
I want to talk about Ant's driving video tomorrow. You didn't really talk about it today.
Oh, no.
Off air you did.
Yeah, I'll make another one. It's just one of those things.
Maybe
I'm testing out these new cameras because I'm doing Pocono Speedway Saturday. I'm going to Pocono stock car and shit. So I checked out this head cam and dash cam shit that I'm going to do to get some good good video of it.
You should do a show on that. You should do a TV show on that speed channel. You seen that new show? the Pinks, whatever, that drag racing.
Oh yeah, where they
Racing for Pinks.
Yeah, that guy Willie B. I used to do radio with him out in Denver. I don't know if he's still out there. Great fucking guy. I saw him.
He's doing
he got that gig. Yeah.
Nice
It's
gig,
awesome, man.
Fuck yeah.
It's a great gig, huh?
Because I wish I knew how to fix cars. All right.
Yeah,
We should have quit a minute ago. It's kind of petering out. Everybody stood up. I have my jacket on.
Yeah, we're all ready to go. I got my bag.
My headphones are off. Am I even on the air anymore?
Who knows?
Take it easy.
All right, time to turn off the channel. Go somewhere else for an hour until Ron and Fez are on. And is Fezzy going into the nut house? What's the rumor there? Ant's actually leaving as I asked this. No, I'm curious. A lot of people talking about Fez.
We'll talk about it in the next hour.
No, stop, Sam. What do you know?
I have no idea.
Is there someone just starting a rumor that Fez might end up in a nut house?
Yeah, I don't.
It's coming in a lot. So what's going on?
Same guy.
Shit hour, so I can hear it on my way home.
Okay.
Maybe when Ronnie does part of that show with you today.
I'll ask him about it.
Yeah, because people are fucking writing like crazy.
Is it different people?
Yeah.
That's weird. Everybody's gone. What happened? Everybody left. It's not my hour yet. We haven't got a commercial. I mean, I know what time it is, but we would have to go to commercial. You only took two breaks today. You're writing. He's writing. I'm not here. Well, yes, you are. I don't even have control over the board or anything. You're still there. You're writing. I can hear it. It's not my show. It's still Opie and Anthony material, by the way, folks. I'm not responsible for what you're hearing yet. I refuse to be. What does that say? If you don't hear me, I'm not here. I guess those are the rules of radio, this being an audible medium. How does the energy leave a room so quickly? You had Bill Burr and Jim Norton and Anthony. Then all of a sudden everybody clears out and there's nobody left. Just me, and I thought Opie was here, but no, he's not. Can you hear that marker moving at home? That's Opie writing. So now you're talking to yourself. No, I'm not. I'm talking to the listeners. I'm like Rush Limbaugh. I'm just a man sitting alone in a room talking to his listeners. We're having a conversation, all of us together. You in the car. You sitting in your living room. You laying in bed thinking, I don't want to get up. I'm talking to you too. All of us having a conversation together. Is that... Well, and this isn't my show yet, technically. Stop making believe I'm here. All right. I didn't read that. Opie's not here. So who are you if Opie's not here? Roland, somebody's got to send this to break because I can't start my show until this goes to break.
Opie's not here.
He's right there. He's writing.
No, he's not.
He just stopped talking and started writing.
Timmy is being a butthead.
Who is it? Boy. Can I throw it to break or no? Because it's up to you. It's your call. Because it's still your show. And we're way behind on breaks, right, Travis? He's just going to nod.
Ooh, that's dirty what you just read.
I'm Sam, and I'm not going to say the rest of it. The
And
rest...
I like kissing man. Nah, you like kissing man.
You got that? You can isolate that.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
That's why you don't say
Son
those
of a
things,
bitch.
Roland. Gotcha.
Goddamn. Rape me with a rake.
Rape me with a rake. Yeah, this is really starting to cut into some of my time. We're going to go over some of the stuff that happened on the show. There's some bits I want to...
being cut in.
I know. Because, I mean, you got to throw it to break or end your show.
And you have to pay the 3 minutes of Rogan.
It's like 15 minutes.
Oh.
I got to play a Joe Rogan clip coming to the channel. I mean, I'm probably going to have to take a break during... after Opie and Anthony Live, because there was only 3 Opie and Anthony segments. I'm not drinking that water. That's Opie. That's how you know he's still here. Roland's not drinking either. That one. Okay, that was you burping, Opie. That time, that was pretty much talking. Burping is very close to talking.
Alright.
Oh, you're scratching your balls. I have to use that mic.
Let's see.
It's way too close to your testicles.
What else we can build here?
I mean, out of respect, I would say don't throw the break. At least until Opie's
So use that for
now he's putting on his
support.
coat. It's the Opie and Anthony show, by the way. It's not. See, you can hear, people can hear you moving the bag. They know you're still here.
There's the...
You hear the zipper of your camera case.
The pyramid, if you will.
They just heard you put the headphones down. That was audible. They can hear your bag. It's a loud paper bag. You're not even going to say goodbye?
Which, of course, a lot of it will have to
Walking
be rebuilt.
out. Roland's following him. Obviously, he's got to pitch some gas. I'm telling you, he's walking out. See, you could tell he just walked out because he slammed the door. I guess I've really taken over the Opie and Anthony show at this point. But I'm going to do the responsible thing as a good broadcaster and tell you I hope you've enjoyed today's Opie and Anthony show. Stay tuned, because after Opie and Anthony Live, well, Danny's showing his butt in the other room. That doesn't help either. Again, it's not a visual medium we're on, and nobody else except for me and Travis, who's sitting right next to you, pretending not to like it, can see your butt. Stay tuned. After Opie and Anthony Live starts, because it hasn't started, starts after this.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus. XM.
Bill Burr has entered the studio.
Billy.
What's up,
It
Bill?
was funny. I just come walking in. You guys are dead silent because you're listening to the
Oh,
tribute,
yeah.
right? And I just hear you just go, "Oh, shut up." I'm like, all right, the Opie and Anthony show.
That's usually the show.
Here we are.
Here we go. Shut up.
Another 4 hours of love. What's up, guys? What's up, Jimmy? How are you, sir?
We're playing clips from Piers Morgan. Jesse Ventura was on. And, I don't know. Is it worth playing these clips at? That one was whatever.
I don't know.
Anybody make fun of his Ben
Yes.
Franklin haircut?
That is amazing, isn't it?
He's bringing it
He
back.
goes out like that.
It's about time we bring back the Ben Franklin.
When he was the governor, he shaved his head to try to look, you know, kind of
Clean cut.
stately. Now he's just figured, fuck it. He's growing that. It's like 8 pieces of straw sticking out of the back of his head.
Really is the Wild Bill Cody.
After he was scalped.
Want to try another clip? Which,
Would help to pre-screen these.
well, yeah.
I can give you a title. Of
I think
the
you
clip.
just
Our
saw
guys
that.
are really good at pre-screening clips. They really are good. The guys are.
Which guys?
Shut up.
How about politics is based on bribery? That sounds controversial.
Bribery.
But you know what? I would agree with him.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I would agree with him.
Sounds logical.
He's being logical. Well, let's play it.
Okay.
Is it long though? Like that last clip was long.
What's his 9/11 clip? I mean,
I want to hear that one.
Yeah.
Go straight to 9/11.
Yeah.
Let's go to his 9/11
Yeah.
clip.
But
and see
this
if
one
he's
probably
still
makes
crazy.
sense.
See
This
if
one
he's
will
still
make
a little
sense,
crazy with this 9/11 clip.
Yeah. Politics based on bribery. We agree with that. And 9/11 being an inside job, we absolutely, obviously, on the show, do not agree that.
Oh yeah,
We do agree with
yeah.
that.
The government was behind it. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't realize where you're going.
Yeah.
Come on, so smart.
Oh, see,
good. Another
commercial
commercial.
because I don't have the clips in front of me, Sam.
You don't have.
I blame you today.
Because I'm the guy in the room.
Well, show kind of ran smoothly yesterday, and you're back today, and things are a little miss.
Sam Roberts.
Sounds like it's my fault.
Bahapa.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Jesse, what would you have done on September the 12th, 2001? What would you have done if you'd been president?
What would I have done?
Yeah.
I would have done a legitimate investigation to find out what exactly happened on 9/11. How did they know who did this so quickly like they did Lee Harvey Oswald? How quick they knew Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy.
Because the people who did it were identified and we knew who they were.
Then why couldn't we have stopped them beforehand if they were identified and we knew who
It
they
was a
were?
failure of intelligence. Everyone's accepting.
No, it wasn't. We knew before with Condoleezza Rice's memo on August 6th when it stated right in the memo, Bin Laden to steal planes and run them into buildings. And more stuff is coming out now also, how much the Bush administration ignored the intelligence. It was almost like they ignored it because they wanted it to happen.
I ignore intelligence.
No, it'll come off. Wait a minute.
That's too many people applauding.
Didn't he get? But that's more of a hatred of Bush than an agreement of him. And didn't he get mad at me when I said something about how he's blaming Bush? He goes, "You don't put fucking words in my mouth."
Ooh, he did curse.
He did curse at me. He said, "Don't." And then here he is saying that Bush purposefully ignored intelligence. So is that the same thing? So he yelled at me for saying that to
How
him.
do we know for sure he ignored that intelligence? How do we know?
You know.
He's just asking
Or was it
questions.
more like he was trying to figure out, all right, what the fuck do I do with this
It all
intelligence?
comes together in hindsight. You know, you could look at the intelligence and go, wow, that absolutely adds up to
Right.
9/11 and people flying planes into the building on September 11th. And
Right.
But when they're all in pieces and you're getting dribs and drabs, as
Sure.
they say, it's a little harder to put together before the fact.
They handled it
His
terrible.
shirt gives him 100% credibility in my work.
What is he wearing?
That Doug Henning shirt.
He does have some kind of a sparkly.
He's going old school. Yeah. With that,
He's the magician and the assistant all at the same time.
that shirt would look great under a black light, man. That would light up nice.
I think it's a Hendrix shirt.
A Hendrix shirt?
What do you mean, really?
I think so.
With that
Wow.
Hendrix face?
Carefully picked out for this interview.
But then he has the
nice.
blazer. I'm casual, but also take me a little serious.
No, he's on the inside.
Yes.
Haven't forgot my roots.
Wait a minute. Every war fought starts with a false flag operation.
Can't, in all seriousness, sit there and try and make out anybody.
Okay, let me ask you this, Piers. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me ask you something. How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other
On
than what
YouTube.
the government's told you and what mainstream media
A
has
lot,
told
actually.
you?
I was editor,
I've been studying it
I was
4
editor
years.
of a national.
Pause right there. 4 years?
4 years.
So what were you doing for the first 7, Navy SEAL?
Yeah.
What were you busy? Until
been
2008?
studying for 4 years.
I've been studying for 4 years. The first 7, I didn't know what to do.
I'm gonna start looking into this.
Yeah, 2008.
What is it?
Fucking blithering idiot. I understand he's working on something for the Civil War next. What a fool.
Another false flag operation.
I'm actually just amazed that that he can keep just arguing with it. Like when you say shit like this, you're saying, hey, I want to argue for 45 minutes. Every person.
Yes.
And then you got to get to that point. Well, I think this happened, then I think that. Then he immediately goes to, well, wait a minute. You're already starting to yell. Just fucking go get yourself
The voice
get a
gets
soda.
louder.
Just fucking relax. Do you really want to do this?
You're right.
Do you
It's a
think,
commitment
like,
now.
doing this now, and then like the Bush administration's gonna come out, and just be all right.
Yeah, he got
Like Lance Armstrong, after fuck it, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah, fuck it. You're
You
right.
got us.
Well,
You're
that's what
right.
his supporters say. He just didn't want to fight it anymore.
Right.
would give up
Oh, man.
titles like that. Shut up.
That blood mood's coming.
Yeah, but then there's the other side too, where it's like he passed. They tested that guy. He passed all of them.
Right.
How, like 10 years later, can you one guy be like, "Well, I saw him do it," and then you're done?
And then you're like, all right.
But why would he not fight that?
Listen, Opie. Everybody
For-
in the top
for his
fucking
legacy.
20. Everybody in like the top 20 is tested positive.
That's
so
what they
at
said.
that point, yeah, it's a
They
it's
said
a level
everyone was
playing
doing
field.
it.
Yeah.
It's level.
In
Our
that
roided
sport-
up guy beat your roided up guy 7 fucking times. He won the race.
It's a known
Yeah,
fact
yeah,
in that
right.
sport, everyone was doing shit. Everybody.
You can't ride a bicycle 60 miles an hour up a mountain for a month straight. You can't at that speed. You see the old days, they had those little bikes and they were smoking cigarettes. It was like it was a jaunt through the country.
Really? That's how the sport started.
Yeah, they got these old school pictures like smoking
And
cigarettes
then
and
some
stuff.
asshole decided to take it seriously. It was supposed to be just a nice,
Yeah, like that
a
dude.
nice weekend
Yeah,
of
when you play
riding in the
pickup
country.
football and that dude who shows up with cleats. That's what that all leads to roids.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
One guy wrecks it.
Yeah, let's go back to Jesse on 9/11.
Yeah, I have no problem with Lance. He's a champion in my world.
Yeah, fuck yeah. He'll always be a champion.
I've talked to
Coming
people. Wait a
in
minute.
there every day for
Really?
5-6 months.
Really?
So I know a lot about it.
Well,
And one
then
thing
how
I do
come?
know is
Let me ask you this
you
then.
cannot say that any member of the Bush administration knew it was going to happen or wanted it to happen. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
Ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about your BBC. I have a tape of a BBC reporter broadcasting directly back to England, talking about a third building has collapsed. World Trade Center Building 7. Talks for 7 minutes. All the while she's talking, World Trade Center Building 7 is still standing right behind her.
Can you pause this for 1 second, Sam? So basically, he's putting it on the Bush administration that a person in the media did a bad job of reporting.
Right, which happens all
the time. They fucking say the wrong things.
Not a day goes by where we point that out on this show.
What is he saying here, though?
He's
What is he saying?
that the lady from the BBC was part of this inner circle.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Of this thing, yeah. And, and at that point, you know you can still keep the secret.
Right. Some BBC broad.
What a surprise that a news person got something wrong. They probably saw a building fall down. They don't know the area that well. By the way, none of us actually knew what the building's names were at the time. Now we do know it's building 7
And they
and all
probably
that.
said it looks like it's going to collapse.
Right, and then she sees the one collapse and goes, "Oh,
Right.
building 7 has collapsed."
Well, she gave the news report first. What happens was they sent her the intel.
Right.
Like they were able to pull off hiding the people and hijacking the planes, but they didn't realize you shouldn't give the intel before the building collapses.
Although I will say this, I don't get how that third one just sort of tapped out without really taking any sort of direct hit.
I
Was it
believe
lonely?
it was very. There was a massive fire burning in the basement, and it just fucking barbecued the guts out
And
of
everything
it.
got.
And it
I
just
don't-
tipped
everything-
over.
I don't know about
and it
that.
was pretty damaged.
And
from
everything
the other
shook
buildings
pretty
falling.
good, too.
Yeah, it was more of a structural issue than a physical. You know,
So a lot of papers caught on fire
Lot
and
of
that
paper.
metal melted.
a lot of paper.
Why
I
would
think
they
the
have
third
to?
one fainted.
Why would they have to? Why would they have to take out a third building?
Listen,
if you knew what was in the building, you wouldn't say something as stupid as that.
Why don't they just move what's in the building then?
Yeah,
Just move it.
Just move
Just
it.
do it in the night. No one's looking.
Yeah. If you could do all this other
If you
shit,
could put explosives
Right,
on
move-
every floor of the World Trade Center.
Just move it.
move that info out of there.
Get it out of there.
I don't know.
Oh, he is just the worst.
Didn't a big piece of the other building fall on it too? Like, didn't
Yeah,
the buildings collapse onto it?
When all that
See,
shit
now that
is
makes
going
more
down.
sense to me than
Like it did
papers
structural
caught on
damage.
fire
It wasn't
in the basement.
got,
You know what it is, Anthony? I think you and I, with our non-architectural degrees,
Yes.
should discuss this.
Structural integrity of buildings,
buildings
and
for another
the effects
45
of
minutes.
heat, and yeah, we could do that.
I don't know, man.
Uneducated and just discussing it like we know what we're talking about.
But a building fell on it and then it fell down.
Right.
That's it.
There you go. Like a child.
Yeah.
Explain it to them as if you were explaining it to a child.
Big building fall hits small buildings. Small buildings fall too.
Yes.
Small building.
I think it was the perfectness
Galaxy
of how they
Quest.
fell. The way they imploded. That was the weird thing.
For you?
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
I don't, dude. I'm so beyond any of that crap. I was in that window like 3-4 years ago, and I just got
But how-
tired of screaming over like appetizers
Let me ask.
at people I didn't know, and I was just like, you know, I don't give a shit.
Let me ask you this though: how was it supposed to fall? You think?
How was it supposed to fall?
Yeah, do you feel like it?
You think, you think like
a
it would,
big chunk would have kind of
it
fell?
would come down, and something like. I mean, there's a reason why they detonate it the way they do, so it doesn't, start, fall like a fucking tree and land on other. I don't know, dude. Like I said, I don't have any sort of architectural background, obviously, but it just seemed weird how they perfectly just went.
Hey, I would say this,
down,
and I don't
down,
think they did.
Down.
I will say this. I think if it was hit at the bottom... I know you say that because you're a moron. What are you talking about? If they were hit at the bottom, if that kind of damage was done at the bottom of the building, I would say that once it lost its... like
what's
beams,
one of those words you need?
I need a word or something. I think it would have tipped over. I think it would have been more apt to tip over.
I think the heat just weakened the structure on that floor, the high beams, and then that was it.
When it's so high up, it starts falling, and then it's just falling in a straight line down on top of it. And you can see the second one that fell.
Summed it up.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Good.
You got your sound effects.
And then if you look at the second one, which was chopped a little more down. The top did tip over a little more.
Yeah, a little bit.
The top tipped over because it was taken out closer to the middle of the building, so there was more weight on top, and it did topple a little bit.
They've explained why. I've seen specials on why they fell the way they fell. It had something to do with the way that
was made by the government.
They were hinged on the fucking on the metal structure, so the metal buckled out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like rungs of a ladder falling through, and then the outside buckled out. It didn't all collapse. That's why a lot of those pieces came down straight. And the pieces in the middle kind of free fall because the outside walls buckled out. That was why it fell down.
If you drop something, it will fall straight down unless something interferes with its little momentum.
Had they double hinged those things, it comes down to they saved money when they fucking latched the floors onto the outside structure.
Oh, God damn it!
Not seeing this coming, but had they doubled it like was kind of recommended,
they
said it might
turned
not have
all the
fallen.
screws.
Pretty much that was it. Yeah, if they would have just hammered them all the way in.
Yes,
they left the nails halfway out to save
bend
trouble.
the nail over.
But I've seen it explain why.
Do you think it's outrageous that the government would allow things to happen for their benefit?
No, I don't think so.
No, I definitely.
That's the only part that I
look at the Gulf of Tonkin incident.
You'll look at the other way, thinking you're just gonna take a sucker punch, take one of the ribs, and then you can be like, "Oh, what they just did? They just punched us in the ribs. Now let's go kick the shit out of them." Possibly. Like I said, I've tapped out all of that.
Yeah, I wonder though. I think the government does allow certain things to happen for their benefit. They don't care about the individual.
I want to know why the president gets paid like the same as like an NBA
No
ref.
kidding.
I mean, talk about just opening up a guy.
You offer
to just sit there and get yelled at by the whole world, no matter what you do, and you're making like, what's he make, $300-400 grand a year?
If you offer,
this guy's running websites making more than the president. It's just not right.
If you raise that salary to $1 million, right off the bat, you're gonna get better fucking qualified people going for it.
Oh, you make a guy less susceptible to being to being bribed.
All
I
that
would
shit.
think. Although a lot of those guys who run are already millionaires. Yeah,
They're all millionaires.
You're already a millionaire. So other than the ego trip of like, I don't want to sit in traffic for the next 4 to 8 years, like why else would you?
Is that a direct pay, you think, or does he have to go to the bank and cash his presidential paycheck?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think food is free too, so that 400 goes a lot farther. That's like 600 grand to the regular person.
And rent is free. Let's not forget the rent.
Yeah.
Free travel,
no mortgage,
travel,
free clothes.
Guy doesn't pay for
That's
anything.
the worst fucking job you could ever have. And then you live in the White House, and every time you look out the window, as you just made another decision where they're going to be dropping bombs, you look out, and there's like 400 tourists sitting there with their pictures. I don't ever want to be flanked because they know someone's going to maybe try to blow my head off. It's $400 grand a year. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Who really would
Why
want
would you
that
do
job?
that?
That's so
You're
funny.
right.
Because then you do the college gigs at the end where you make like $1 million a night. That's your golden
Yeah, once
parachute.
you lose the fucking gig, then you can make some money.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're setting yourself up while you're in office.
Yeah, yeah.
Setting up all your buddies.
It's like going to college and then landing the big job.
Yeah.
You
Then
spend
you
4
buy
years.
a bunch of land down in South America that sits on aquifers.
What's that? I really don't know.
What is that? It has to do with there's only so much chicken and fresh water.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody just keeps banging. It's going to hit a finite thing, and at some point, fresh water is going to be, people are going to be coming at you like zombies. You're going to be holding gold. This right here, dude, this is the next gold bar right here.
Fresh water, you think
Fresh
so?
water.
I mean, it's so
Yeah, I would
easy
say
to
so.
distill an ocean, and we have like
Yeah, and you know something? That nature doesn't need that ocean. We should drink it dry.
There's no way that could ever happen.
I don't think we're having any effect whatsoever on the planet. Whatsoever.
No, you can't get rid of the water. You can't get rid of it. Even if you're using it, it eventually finds its way back into the ocean. 75% of the world. You could take that, distill it, and drink it, and
yeah, once
have
again,
fresh
I mean,
water.
this man's amazing. He goes from architectural. Right now, he's in the sea. He's like all the Super Friends combined.
Well, then how do you know that it hurts the sea?
The same way you can't have the deer population get out of control because it affects us. This is the thing. If any species goes over the balance it's supposed to be, it has some sort of effect.
Right.
I'm not saying with the reason the polar ice caps and everything. I know, but you have a fucking effect.
I think you're right, but the water thing has nothing to do with it. I don't like the idea that the planet's populated with a bunch of fucking filthy animals.
I still a bit how, you know, deers don't drive SUVs. You know what I mean? We're way overpopulated, and we're doing all that other shit. Nuclear waste, plastics that don't biodegrade ever.
Good shit.
But we're saying that the deer
are just sticking it in the ground and shit, and it's just like.
But Bill, we're saying the deer are the problem. That's what's hilarious.
Yeah, the deer are the problem.
There should be a hunting season on humans.
Because the deer's gonna, curve us down.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it has to happen.
Because it's a hassle to hit one of them every once in a while. We gotta calm down the deer population.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous when you think about it.
We'll never run out of water. Never.
Oh,
That's the thing.
You make me feel so much comfort. The morning shock jock is telling me about the water supply.
I love how you discount me on everything I say.
Because I'm a fucking moron too. Okay, I'm not saying you are
75% of the planet
but
has water on it.
It's the like definitive way.
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay.
But it's like saying the sun isn't gonna burn out today. You'd be like, well, Jesus Christ, it could burn out. It could burn out. All right, it could.
No,
but odds are it's not gonna.
You see what he does?
No, what did I do?
You just made a fucking halfway decent speculation into something absolutely ridiculous.
We have a planet full of water. There's more water than land.
Made out of cheese.
There's a lot more. There's a lot more water on this planet than there ever was fossil fuel, and we're still using that.
Dumb as I am, shut your face. But I don't want to hear your stupid
arguing
theories.
your dumb argument with my dumb argument.
I will say though, we're gonna drink up the ocean is a hard one to sell.
Exactly.
I think the ocean will make it.
I don't literally mean that.
I think we're gonna be okay.
I'm just okay. Well, this fish actually getting skin cancer at this point.
They should go deeper.
Go.
They're fucking tanning.
Exactly. You got the whole ocean. Fucking move.
Get deeper.
Yeah, dumb fish.
They're fucking tanning.
Because they're fucking sitting next to your rollerblades that you threw out.
Well, they should know. They should know better. Yeah, if you see a big tank with a skull on it, don't swim up and fucking nibble at it. Buzz off.
Yeah, they're not tied down to a job. They can move. They can move to wherever they want.
Exactly. No one's making the fish stay. There's no zoning
They
laws.
don't have to worry about a mortgage.
Jobs to us.
Yeah.
Let's play the rest of the Justice clip, please.
A half hour. Yet they were doing a pre-broadcast back to England that yes, it's true that this building fell and it hadn't fallen yet.
You're trying to make out the British Broadcasting Company, one of those respected news organisations,
Tick-tock.
was inventing huge buildings falling over. You need to have a break, Jesse.
Yeah, thank you, Piers.
And we'll talk about Israel.
No, he's not kidding you. They fucked up that day. Period.
Well, they said the wrong. They mentioned the wrong building
Right.
name. They got to him as credible.
Guys,
because
he's a wrestler. Okay, can we just fucking move on?
He was a governor, though. He was that close to the presidency.
I
That's
love how
crazy
Bill
to me.
doesn't. Bill needs if you're talking about rockets, you need to be a rocket scientist, or Bill won't even listen to you.
Yes, to a certain point.
Yeah, I agree with Bill. I agree with you, Bill, on that. But he was a governor.
Can I
How
discuss
the
the
fuck did he
weather
become a governor?
if I'm not a meteorologist?
He was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Chris, man, what's going on, dude?
He was an action hero.
That shouldn't happen.
I got a fucking blood moon coming, dude, and I'm in a panic.
Their little ideas and people, they leap at him.
He was an actor.
Yeah.
I don't know what George Bush was. He was the son of the
C
guy.
student.
The guy who.
He was a good football player.
I am worried.
Get him in there.
Huh?
Give him a shot.
Yeah.
Harvard was it or
Yale?
He's a C student.
Yeah, of course he didn't go to Harvard.
My favorite election was
Watch me working in a panic.
I know I've said this before. When your choices were two white guys who both went to.
I wish I was working at an actual fucking job. I'll tell you that much right now.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
but anyone can see.
I'll have to put some spikes down.
It's almost like they were trying to. If there is anything going on, like that was the year that they were trying to get caught.
Was dizzy after Kylie. Oh, you wear glasses?
It's gotta be exhausting being Bill Burr.
No, but that's
Do you just sit
like
at
that
home
point,
with
though.
all that shit going through your head?
Wait a minute,
they're looking.
dude. This guy, I have more fun just mocking Anthony's tweets. When you tweet, do you have like a 2x4 in one hand as your thumb is going?
Didn't eat. You know what? I haven't eaten today either.
Like, hey Obama.
Eating is something I should really be working
this
on.
is going on now, and it's like capital letters, and it shows like a burning
You need
embassy.
some?
This is what he's doing. He's actually saying to me, God, it's got to be so taxing.
I'm one of the lucky folks who have like perfect vision.
Over Twitter. I'm just 78 characters or less.
I'm just throwing in my 140 characters of opinion out there. I'm not trying to change the world, that's for sure. And I like riling people up, okay? I like when people start tweeting back and they're all angry. It's fun. Twitter's a hobby.
Come on,
fun. What?
Okay, I am fucked.
The mouth while you tweet.
Oh yeah, occasionally I do, but for the most part, I'm sitting there.
This country is doomed.
I do like saying that.
Chris Man likes his salmon.
Only everyone thought like me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not a fish guy. I don't really like seafood. I've always had an issue with it.
You have just a wonderful. If only everyone could be like you, Anthony.
Exactly.
Everything would work.
Oh,
except when I was a baby.
Bill Burr's out there.
Not at all. I don't tweet shit like that. I'm a fucking moron.
Yeah, no. When I was a baby, I used to like having fish sticks and stuff, but now I'm afraid of eating fish for some reason or another.
I'm supposed to say how like shallow I am.
Same goes for wild meat like venison and stuff.
There's a feather on his cap. That's actually a great book.
I would read that.
It's a great book.
We should take a break. Bill Burr's here. I don't think we have to sell Caroline's, right? That's got to be sold.
Oh shit! I gotta get going here.
Thursday through Sunday at Caroline's, 212-757-4100 for Bill Burr. And we're gonna continue. Oh, Mike Rowe is coming in today. We haven't seen him in a couple of years.
Still like fish. Really? Okay. Well.
That's you on Twitter right there.
Yeah, I've always had a problem with it. I don't know why.
Oh. Yeah. Jesus, Bill. Only everyone's like me. What a treat. We got Bill Burr in studio today playing Caroline's this weekend starting Thursday through Sunday. You got to do the Sunday night show,
I thought you
too?
were going to say playing foil to
Okay, well, we're going to see how this whole thing works out.
Now, I think. No,
we used to scream at each other.
Yeah, we used to. Now I don't care enough anymore.
And older and wiser, Bill and Anthony.
212-757-4100.
Okay, this is it. It's on.
I mean, these shows gonna sell out.
Time to go hide.
Yeah, I'm going. I gotta figure out what day.
Fuck off, zombie. Fuck off.
That's the plan.
We almost got a chance to hang out.
We almost hung out.
Come on, run.
You got there late, huh?
Yeah.
Run. Why aren't you running?
Joe took a pounding.
DeRosa was taking shit the entire time there. And people had left by the time you
Oh,
got there.
man.
Colin wasn't there. He was
Tilapia.
just shitting on Joe. Who else was there that was
He
really
had that jean jacket on.
Bobby was
and I
killing
came
him.
over. I asked him why he was dressed like Lee Major.
I can't hear him.
The stamina. I said doesn't have the stamina. And I don't believe he does have the stamina. You need tremendous stamina.
I don't have the stamina. Oh man, and it's a blood moon too. This is gonna be rough. But here we go. Plug your nose, Eric. Here we go. Where's your bag? Where's the bag? Where's the bag? Here it is. Go, go, go. So close. Yeah, I know it's no case spike setup, but holy shit, dude. Oh god. Okay. Woof. spikes, so fuck all that. We're gonna go down here. I'm gonna close this. I'm pretty sure I had more spikes than that, but if the game's gonna be stupid, then fuck it. Okay. And down here, I got a second to breathe. Spikes. Laugh. One. I can make one. Really? Okay. I could have sworn I could have made more than that. So I'm building a pyramid of doom, which is meant for this, but it's taken some time. It's taken some time. And as I keep moving, they'll keep moving.
Some people might think I sound crazy, but I believe in equal pay for equal work.
Right. Do I have any spikes here? No, I don't. Alright. Huh? Okay. I can already hear him. Already hear him.
We will have to raise taxes. He lost 49 to 1. So the public has said, tell us the truth.
I don't need a fire axe. I don't need fat. I don't need. What else do I not need? This.
We're not gonna forgive them. We're not gonna fucking pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. We're gonna fucking murder them and go with the guy that sold the bullshit.
And that can go here. Let's take this. Let's take this. Let's take this. Why do I have an elevator here? Or a fucking ladder? I'm gonna die up here. My bag better still be up here. Holy shit, it better fucking be up here. I'll bet you it fell over the edge. I'll bet you it did. I really hope my bag is up there. It is. Thank fuck. Why am I so tired? Why am I so tired? Why am I so tired? Where's my axe? Be careful. Laugh. Well, that was a lot of wasted bullets. So this plan is working out pretty well, I would say. Seeing they're all falling, except for you. Okay, so the sweater guys are able to jump far. Something to keep in track of. This is working pretty well.
Brains like that before, man.
Yeah, he tries to weigh everything really carefully.
Dennis Cynic, I think he's.
So I'm just gonna make that a little bit deeper, and everyone's just gonna fall to their death.
Answers questions. Is he from Cleveland? He's from Minneapolis or something? Yeah, I think he's from Minnesota.
See, look at these dummies. Just gonna give it another level, just for good measure. Oh yeah, look at her. Oh shit, the piggy's that's right. Ah, fuck. The pukers. The pukers. There we go. Do I have any wood? I need wood. I have to build a ladder. There we go.
Ron Paul is like that. He said something I didn't necessarily like, but I mean, it was a bit about blowback, accepting blowback for 9/11. And people were bullying him, but he's like, "Hey, look," and he said what he wanted to say, and I respected him a lot.
Excuse me. Ladder. Thank you. So it's to keep moving. They can't dig in one spot. Fucking spikes. Come on.
And they'll touch on one word that you ask. They'll go like, well, you know, taxes, no one likes taxes. But my plan is, and then they'll just go completely out. They'll touch what you said and walk away.
Yes. I've watched Stunned.
I'm cold. That's perfectly fine. I'm allowed to be cold.
Patrice said Geraldo Rivera did that to him, and he said on a talk show, because you know Patrice would overtalk anybody, and he said Geraldo touched him, and he goes, and I shut up. It worked. Like he couldn't believe that. Oh man. Geraldo was such a pro. He shut Patrice up by touching him on the talk show. He didn't realize it at the time.
Eat. There we go.
No, it was Geraldo. Oh, was it on Hannity? I don't remember. Both were on Hannity.
Let's go scrap.
There's something dominating about when a person puts their hand on you. It's like your instinct is just to let them know.
Reload.
Yeah. Good old Geraldo. What else is going on? Enough of politics. We got Mike Rowe coming in at 9 o'clock. No hockey. And I don't even care. Do you care?
The NHL, I swear to God, it's like they have a fear of success. Every time they bring it
Let's
around,
go spikes. Let's just do they all at?
Players have actually gone all the way down to like 53 point something percent. Like the players are actually
Any zombies at all?
They're still
Hello. Hello.
Well, I mean, ultimately they probably would want 46 if they were agreed. But yeah, I mean, if they're going to say 46, yeah, I don't know.
Should I just pop one off? Do you hear me?
But didn't they sign the agreement, the owners?
Yeah, their lawyers look at it and then they sign it. That's what happened in the NFL, and then the NFL owners realized, like, wow, the players really made out in that, and we didn't. So then they go, well, it's a lockout. We're not letting you into the stadiums, and I don't know, it's really childish.
A lot of those guys will just go to Europe and play. They don't give a fuck.
The only thing for the fans to do is to not show up. Like, people stop showing up. Well, I'm saying, but I mean, that's what you have to do. That's why I don't go to games.
Baseball
because I hate the way they run.
Baseball was fucked. What was it, 94? Baseball was fucked, but everyone said, we forgive. And they came back.
It took a little while, but they
still roided. Everybody got all roided
all
out.
right, it was the
And
whole
all the records
wire.
broke.
God damn it.
Dead in the water. And then all of a sudden, all these great records started. Hey, look at this. Yeah, he's jacking fucking.
Bunting home runs.
Balls. That was 1998 was one of the greatest years ever in baseball. We had the home run thing. The 98 Yankees were one of the greatest teams you'll ever see.
116 wins.
Ever see.
Was it 116?
116 wins.
And that was before, Steinbrenner went nuts. Like that was that was the core like Yankee team and like great trades. And I think Paul O'Neill, all those guys, right?
I think they switched out the balls, too.
They've actually debunked that thing. I think.
You think?
They didn't.
I think they switched out the balls.
They really did. There's some guy I read Sports Illustrated. It's hilarious. He's like this nerdy guy. And one time in like 6th or 7th grade, he just had a perfect swing and he hit a home run. And he was so psyched and he never did it again. And he's just been obsessed with what makes a ball go out of the park. And he's done all this crazy research about cork bats and juiced up balls. I do. There was something about.
I am not seeing anything.
Either Arizona or Colorado. I'm too fucking stupid to remember what I read. But it did have an effect with the ball not going out of the park. They brought it down.
There should be more, but
They stick them in something.
where are they all at?
Try to keep it into the park. And then in Arizona.
Oh, I heard something.
The same thing, but they had a problem with fans showing up to the games. So they're like, nah, let them keep flying out. We got to get people here. Right. That's my really overly simple mind. Shit that I could barely remember.
What do you think it was
I ran on a flight.
What do you think it was in the 60s, the dead ball era? I think Yastrzemski had like a 301 average, and that was the highest. Like, I think wasn't he the only guy to bat over 300 that year? There was like some fucking horrendous.
Maybe they were switching out the rest of the
It has to be.
Well, he's the last guy who won the Triple Crown. I want to say he batted either 330 something or 340 something.
I mean, only in this one year, though. Whatever this year was, and I could be wrong about that. But I thought Yastrzemski had the highest average that year, and it was a terrible year for him.
All I know is when I was a kid, if you had 37 home runs going into September, you were going to be the home. You could actually win.
What, are they just going to give up?
With like 38, 39 to
barely hit that 40.
Yeah. A bunch of years. You're right. Well, there was that one year Jackson when he was on the A's. He hit like.
Well, when this blood moon's over, I'm going to mix myself some food, like, in real life, because I'm hungry. But where's everyone at?
I don't know. Is that the year he hit the Reggie almost hit one out of the stadium with the A's? Yeah, that was that when he hit the top? Was that the same year? We all started. Yeah, he was young and fucking just awesome.
I got a buddy of mine that was dead on his freshman year. Like dead on. Reggie Jackson was walking out of the dugout into the on deck, does the whole thing. He does Jason Law had clean out of Cleveland. He throws breaking type off mid season. He does the thing all the way to him breaking down, crying, and hugging his son.
Random shot. See if I hit anybody.
Every year at the Rose Bowl. He'll do Ricky Henderson running a ball down in the gap and throwing it into second base. And you're looking at it and it's Ricky Henderson. And he goes all out. No, and it's like everybody else is at other tailgates looking at this guy. And he does like the whole thing, slapping the glove. And he makes
Kiddo.
the break on it. Dude, he's got Reggie's like trot down.
Is he online? Let's watch it. Is he on?
No, he doesn't have it online. I have a great video of it. He dropped a bunch of weight. He goes, nah, I look like the toughest shit, man. I don't want to do it. But you know what? Next time I come to town, I'll show you the
fuck was that?
Maybe I can attract some if I go back down. Drop some shit off, and come back. Looks very yellow down here now.
It can also be set up fraudulently, where maybe you could go to somebody else's phone and set it to send to your phone. So if it was the same shit, you're actually just the girl reaching this. And that's what nerds do. That's next sport. To go in there, and I could see how much more fun that would be. Oh, really? Yeah, acting like you're a spy. You're dead. It's fun. Yeah. You're not supposed to be a spy. How that would get out of control. Just having fun.
Not much time left now.
I wanted to pick a superhero movie and I couldn't remember the name of it. I think it was the one that had all of them in it recently. Avengers, yeah, the Avengers bullshit.
Was the Hulk in that? I didn't see it. Oh, he was.
What I heard, he was in it. He was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Hulk had a tremendous performance.
Where's Mike Rowe? Right.
Oh, wow.
Wondering if I solved the issue to Blood Moon.
We're in traffic here. Trust me. Just skip the general. Don't just
What is he promoting, by the way? How Booze built America? Oh, are they going to touch on the Kennedys and shit with this? How Booze built America?
Is bootleg.
I'm sort of reading that book now since.
Thought I saw something.
Oh, yeah. The guy just takes Joe Kennedy out of the news. the whole book. But so much of it is just like, well, he did this. Did he do it because of this? Or maybe it was that. It's just like, Jesus Christ. But he did seem like, he did it like they were saying, like he did insider trading before it was considered illegal.
And about 2 minutes left. Well,
that's rascally.
Yeah, like along those lines. But like, yeah, he was one of those guys that, according to the book, this guy definitely had like an axe to grind.
that's it for the Blood Moon.
He would want to walk away from your checkbook. Leave any sort of thing open because he would, according to the book, allegedly, he would just rifle through, he would gain your confidence in your business. He would rifle through files, get all kinds of information, and then somehow go into the stock market and manipulate.
Ouch.
He basically spent like 7 months at every job.
Well,
Like a virus.
that solves that. I'm gonna have to play a bit later. Anyhow, I'm gonna send a host over to Crooks. And thank you for hanging out. Crooks 420. Is he even online? Oh, you know who's online is Slobs. I'll give it to Slobs.